What the man? This is really crazy. Hi, happy Monday. This video is an edit from a stream where I watched a Paul and Morgan video called What We Wish We Knew About Sex, and it ended up being so much crazier than I could have imagined. It's actually, it really goes off the rails. I feel like I need to make an entire video about how many little things went wrong and put them all back to back, because this is just there could be a really great compilation made out of all of the really odd moments in this video. Also, if you're interested, yesterday I put out a video on this channel and it doesn't seem to have made it to a lot of people's subscription pages, so make sure you check it out. It's a clip from the latest podcast episode, which you also really should check out. It was a great time and I'm loving what's going on with the podcast. I promise I'm going to get back into posting on this channel more. I know I've been really bad about it, but I've just been putting a lot of effort into the podcast, and it's very creatively fulfilling, and I'm very excited about where it's going to go, but I also need to do my normal job. So I'm going to try to get back into posting on my main channel, my second channel. But thank you for all the people who are supporting me on everything I do. I know I'm switching things up a lot and I'm always just kind of like, I don't know what's going on, and it's hard to understand what I want to do and how I can be creatively fulfilled by making videos, but I'm gonna try my best to be happier, so wish me luck. Anyways, I'll just leave you with that. Go check out the podcast and enjoy this video. Oh, also, if you're here and you're not subscribed, just make sure you subscribe really quick. It takes 2 seconds. It's free. It's free. Just do it. Okay, watch the video. Bye. Should we watch this, What We Wish We Knew About Sex?
We got some extra special, a little bit spicy video for you all today. And Morgan, as I was prepping for this, I was just like, it could get spicy. It could get a little awkward.
Are they gonna Sorry, that was inappropriate. I don't know why I said that.
It's just the beauty of talking about this stuff. We want to approach it well, but we also don't want to be one of those channels that like says we're going to talk about sex and then we're super vague and super safe.
True, thank you.
So are you ready for this?
Let's go.
Ready.
Give a little disclaimer. We're not going to get overly descriptive. We're not. Okay.
You just said that too many of these videos are super vague, and now you're telling me you're not going to be overly descriptive. Can I give a quick disclaimer? I grew up in the church and grew up in purity culture, and so I do have a perspective on it from someone that did not participate in any sort of physical intimacy until I was basically out of high school, which definitely had an impact on me and my knowledge surrounding physical intimacy and relationships. And so I do feel like I do have a lot of opinions when it comes to physical intimacy in and out of religion. So I think this will be interesting because I think my mindset has changed basically to be like the opposite of what it is now since high school, and I think I have a very different perspective, even in the last couple of years, on my ideas of relationships and how physical intimacy plays a role in that. Let's figure out what they have to say about it, and I'll give my input, especially as someone who probably used to believe a lot of the things that they said.
My goal is for this to be a video that if we would have watched this after 4 months of dating and we were starting to think about marriage, it would have been helpful to us.
4 months of dating and you started to think about marriage? My ass, dude. Take a second, breathe.
The first thing I knew about, I wish I had known about sex, was this. Okay. Don't expect your sex once you get married to
be good right away. Yeah, dude. That's what literally everybody says. It's a boring one. Okay, come up with a cooler one. I actually figured out my first thing that I learned about sex that I wish I knew is that virginity is not real. It's a concept that it doesn't even make any sense, and scientifically it means literally nothing, and you should be safe and be respectful while also understanding that there's no such thing as like a gate that you open up once you start having sex that you can never close again.
Don't expect the sexiness, adventuresome, crazy, awesome stuff to go from 0 to 100 right out of the gate.
The explosion. He's like, you're not gonna come like this every time you have sex right away. But once you start learning that you like when your wife sucks your toes, then then the explosion starts happening.
Married, I wouldn't have brought out the whipped cream on our honeymoon.
What's up? Wait, what's up? Oh, because that was the first time they were like having sex. I see. I was like so confused. Also, yeah, gross.
It was a bad idea. It made Morgan cry.
What? What the hell?
Yes, it did. We were like 3 days into our marriage in Miami, Florida on our honeymoon, and he brings out a can of whipped cream, and I'm like,
and here's the thing. It sounds, take that however you want. You're shocked, you're appalled. But in all reality, in my mind, it was, I'm finally married. Now I welcome everything in the kitchen sink into our sex life. Let's go wild.
I'm not going to call someone a prude or anything, you know, I'm not that guy, but I don't know if I'd say that bringing in whipped cream is throwing the whole kitchen sink into your sex life. I feel like that almost does seem like a honeymoon night thing.
And Morgan's like,
I'm like, bro, I barely know you.
Morgan's like,
it was your wedding night. What are you saying to me? On your wedding, you should be comfortable. It's your wedding.
All right, so here's the thing with me. I was not a virgin. Most of you guys know this. When Paul and I got married,
There is like a weird dynamic here because she wasn't a virgin and he was when they got married, which is fine and it's allowed in Christianity. Besides the fact that they play into purity culture and make other people feel bad about it, even though she did the same thing and she's seemingly fine in her own terms when it comes to like her religion. So yeah, maybe I will make fun of them because she does do that and that's awful.
when I met Paul, I was in a totally different place in my life. I had repented. I was not living in sin in that way. And when Paul and I got married, like I felt like a virgin. I felt like I had never done it before. And so
Well, probably because virginity doesn't exist.
no, I mean, honestly, just like, let's pause there and say, praise the Lord. Like, that is so cool.
it really is. Like, that is glory to God. Like, he wiped me white as snow. And, like,
He wiped me white as snow.
I felt like I was going into marriage as a virgin. And
Wow.
He's so happy with himself. I guess I really did make her feel like a virgin. Should I be happy about that?
like, if you think that you've communicated about sex, you probably haven't communicated enough about sex.
Yeah, I know you guys didn't because he brought whipped cream on the wedding night, the honeymoon night, and it made you cry. Tell us about the G-spot or something. Jesus Christ.
My next thing.
Let's go. Give us something good. Give us something about your balls or something. Oh, I wish I knew that I like when my balls get sucked on. If he said that, I would gain a lot of respect for him. But right now, he's giving me. I'm not sure if he had sex or not. I want to verify that he has had sex by telling me something that only people who have had sex would know. You know, it's like a lie detector test for people who fuck.
Wish I had known before
Come
getting
on.
married. This one's pretty interesting.
Yes, he's gonna be like, oh, I love when someone licks in between my toes. Guys, I'm not saying I like toes and I like balls, okay? I'm talking about him. I would never.
On my part
Okay.
to share this.
Come on, say
Okay,
it.
I'm scared.
If you guys are looking forward to my next one, give this a thumbs up. Let's get that thumbs up. If this is helpful.
My house is upside down, so I think that's the
Paul, be careful what sex books / articles. We'll stick with sex books / articles
Okay.
you read.
He's talking about porn, dude. He just doesn't want to admit he watches porn. But he's trying to say, which is another one of the most basic sex tips is, oh, it's not like it is in porn. Yeah, dude, I know. But he's talking about sex books. He's just talking about Pornhub. He just watches porn.
And for certain intrigued personalities, I'm a virgin. I was homeschooled. I'm super excited about.
He has to be talking about porn because honestly, there's not that many sex articles and books out there that I feel like are bad to look at. Like a lot of sex articles are actually pretty accurate, but the thing that's not accurate is porn, which I think is what he's talking about. Which is fine to watch porn. You just obviously have to understand that it's not real.
what can I digest? What can I ingest? What's the word? What can I devour pre our wedding night?
Did you just say, what did I devour?
And in my mind, I kind of justified some things that I shouldn't have, frankly, because I was like, I want to be ready for this. I want to be able to offer myself and not be completely clueless.
What is he saying? Everyone is saying that the sex articles he's reading are smut fan fiction.
Caused me to have these expectations because maybe I was just grabbing and reading an article about sex from
the exotic books,
whatever this, the Cosmopolitan at the store, and it's like,
dude, just say you watch porn and you read smut. It's fine. We all do. Not me, because I'm not weird, but I'm not gonna get any sex with these tips.
Like, I think Paul showed me one book that he was reading, or like at least skimming through, and I was like, oh boy, he is really hyping this up. I hope he doesn't expect me to try that move with him in our first week. He did. There are plenty of Christian.
That was awful. That was really bad. What the hell was that about? Oh my god.
Sex within marriage are really good ones. Those are typically safe. And there's some that are, you can learn valuable stuff. Sex for Dummies. Like, there's valuable stuff, but you want to be choosy.
Yeah, you just gotta read that book, Sex for Fucking Idiots.
Sex can mean two very different things to each of you. For him, it could mean a physical moment of intimacy that brings a very nice release of stress, tension, whatever. For me, her, whatever, it could mean a time to connect in a very intimate way where before the physical, you want the relational, the conversation.
Oh, this is her just airing out her own issues with the relationship in front of him. She keeps saying, you or the man could just really like the part where you come and that makes you feel good and it releases stress. And me, or the girl in the relationship, might like, for the guy to, kiss her every once in a while they have sex, or maybe, give her a back rub afterwards, or, give me she would want you, like, that's just you saying that he's just a horny monster. And he's like, like, they didn't talk about this outside of this.
There are times, it's not every time, but there are times when, for me, the physical act of sex doesn't mean that much. Like, it doesn't do it for me.
It doesn't mean jack squat.
It doesn't mean.
So your husband sucks at sex is what you're trying to tell me.
Jack squat. Unless I have the relational, like, interaction with Paul beforehand, where whether it's just like we're just cuddling on the couch watching a TV show before we go to the bedroom and go to bed, or like we just have a conversation with one another, checking in on each other while we lay in bed and he scratches my back, so that I feel like we're on the same page, and then I feel much more connected to him and the physical act becomes much more pleasurable for me.
I don't want to say what she feels or like what the truth is, because I can't say that for sure, but it does sound like, funny enough, it just does sound like she just doesn't like having sex with him. Because
there were times when, like, it would just be the physical act of sex for us, and like we would have really not that much conversation beforehand. This is at the beginning of our marriage, and it was like very hard for me because I was like, I'm not, like, wait, what? I don't feel fully fulfilled right now. I want to be as charitable as I can here. I need to be a little more charitable. I do think everyone has their preferences, and you can never tell someone that they are wrong about the way they feel about sex and whatever. That's her perspective or whatever. But I will say there's always a possibility that you haven't had the chance to fully explore what else there is out there when it comes to sex life and relationships, and that has kind of been crushed by purity culture in the church, which just ended up making you feel more guilt and stress and anxiety, which ended up being a big reason why I moved away from the church. It was literally the guilt and the stress and the anxiety that came from
all of the sin that I thought I was doing when it came to like purity culture and when it just came to like regular sins or whatever.
I don't feel fully fulfilled right now.
Yeah. No, that's good.
And then he'd just walk away feeling great.
Okay.
All right, go on.
This is good. This is
Ouch, dude. What the hell? She goes, yeah, and I don't feel fully fulfilled. And he just walks away and he gets to come. Everyone in chat was saying how much they want him to say something about toes or like balls. It was really weird. I don't know why they brought that up, but they want him to like do something really weird, you know?
think of sex being work. Sex is just all pleasure. No, it does take work. It takes
Not for me.
focus.
Not for me.
Of books you read, but there's also a caution to not do any research and just expect that we've been married 3 years and I love my wife and so she is happy with our sex life. When in reality, I'm just...
And she's like, and that is not what happened. Dude, she really does not like having sex with him.
So she
Look at this.
is happy with our sex life. When in reality, I'm just, not thinking about it.
I'm just fucking away.
Time for sex, do, and we have sex, and then we on to the next thing. Actually, if I am going and finding books that can teach me how to please my wife, please a woman.
No. You don't need to read any books, dude. Just ask her questions. You don't need to read a book. What are we talking about reading books? Just talk to her. Just talk. What? You don't have to do that.
Always be learning. Always be learning, always be growing. And I plan to, in the near future, pick up another book that I think is a good, safe, wholesome book.
What books what kind of books is he reading? Can you hella studious?
To grow as a sexual partner to my wife.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Dude, she is so he's like a little puppy dog. She goes, yes. She hates his ass.
Maybe part of that is a problem within the church of not explaining, like, it does take work. It is a lot of effort, and it's a selfless act sometimes of just like,
Oh my god, dude, this whole video sounds like she's taking low-key shots at him. Like, she keeps talking about how much she doesn't like the sex part of it. But you should be liking the sex part of it, even when you're doing selfless things and helping your partner.
sometimes sex just doesn't do it for you, and that's okay.
Dude, she really has to drive that point home, dude. Oh my god. Dude, she cannot stop. There's something going on here where either he just sucks really bad at sex, or she thinks that she's interested in this Paul, but she's not actually interested in him. She's interested in the idea of having a Christian husband, I think.
Communicate that you want to be loved in other ways to make sure you are getting pleased as well. Like, there are times when sex just, it felt good and I enjoyed being with my husband in that way, but like, it's not...
Oh my god, dude.
It's not what I need right now to feel loved by you. And so saying, whatever, I'd appreciate some flowers sometime or whatever.
This is just so obviously stuff, like, it's so visibly obvious that this is stuff that's happening in their relationship. Like, his body language, his face, like, the thing is, if you don't like sex, then you don't have to have it. But this couple doesn't like sex. Well, I think she doesn't. And they keep having it for some reason because he does like it. I mean, as long as it's consensual, it's an okay thing, but I don't think it's a healthy thing in a relationship for the guy to be the only one actually receiving anything.
Well,
Yeah. Or can I have a back scratch that lasts 4 hours long? Thank you.
She keeps bringing up the back scratch. What if they just got in like a huge fight about him not giving her a back scratch one night? And so she's just like, in the videos will like low-key bring it up.
sometimes you have sex and it's just okay. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have sex and it blesses both of you because it is an intimate thing.
They don't have to say that. Like, if it was okay, you could just be like, sometimes you have sex and it's okay. And then you don't have to go, but at least we were blessed because we have this intimate, faithful... No, dude, it's fine if it sucked, okay? It's fine if one of you didn't like it. The cum blessing.
I mean, there has been times where it's just like, okay, that sex was just okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, there are times. There are a lot of times. I'll say that much. There are a lot of times.
With sometimes it just being okay, sometimes it's awesome. Like sometimes it is just awesome. And those are the times when afterwards you're just like, Lord.
Do you think that she's going to say sometimes it's awesome? I feel like she's not. She's just going to be like, for you it is, yeah.
Thank you so much. Here we go. This one's interesting.
Okay.
See, she didn't even say anything about it being awesome. She's not agreeing with it. She did not agree with it. And he said, thank the Lord. Yo, thank the Lord that I got my dome globbed on.
But I wish I knew about sex.
Come on, do something cool, dude. Say something about a kink you have. They were literally just saying, a lot of times people talk about this and they're so vague about it. And then now this is what happens.
Sex / lack thereof. And what I mean is when you expected to have it, maybe.
Oh my God, he's talking about blue balls. Just go jerk off. Dude, but these people just feel so high school. I'm sorry.
Talked about earlier on, or there was some flirty text messages, or you just scheduled like today's our day of sex, and then you get ready like the night is moving towards that, and something happens.
What did you say?
And you end up, it's like,
hey,
we're not gonna have sex.
Cut it out. What did you just say? The day of sex? Dude, this guy is so horny, dude. Hello, wife. It is sex day.
I would be maybe laying over on my side of the bed, and we had gotten an argument, and it was like, okay, it's pretty clear that sex isn't happening when I thought it was going to.
Oh no. Okay, hold on. This feels weird. This feels like something that I don't want to. He sounds. Yo, I'm pretty sure because we got in an argument and I was laying on the other side of the bed, we weren't gonna have sex anymore. What are you saying? I'm not clicking the link. It says Ben Shapiro. It just says YouTube Ben Shapiro.
Alrighty, folks. So today, apparently, I am playing Minecraft.
I would be maybe laying over on my side of the bed, and we had gotten an argument.
Dude, I forgot about this. This is crazy.
And it was like, okay, it's pretty clear that sex isn't happening when I thought it was going to. And it was just brutal.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't get the feeling that it hits you as hard.
Dude, what the fuck is going on? Guys, I don't know how many times in this video there has been insinuation that she does not like having sex with him and that he likes having sex too much. Also, like, what is with this? So it's really that tough for him when he expected to have sex and then didn't get it? He said they got in an argument. Is that what he's thinking about? He's like, damn it, no, sex isn't gonna happen.
Because there would be times when I was laying there and I was just like, okay, Morgan's mad at me, or something happened, we're not gonna have sex. I was expecting it, and now I just wanna, like, it hits you in a way that I don't think I'd ever experienced.
Oh my God. So they got in an argument, and then the first thing he thinks is we're not gonna have sex? Like, I get it I guess if that crosses your mind, but I feel like I'd be thinking more about the actual fight that we're having.
The feeling of being let down, of sad, of upset. I just want to go get in my car and just drive. I just want to.
What the hell? It's so tough for him that he needs to get in his car and drive out of his own house? What? And not because they got in the fight, but because they're not having sex because of the fight. He is so sexually frustrated that he wants to get in his car and drive?
Not be here. I'm angry. Like, literally so many emotions. Sex is just so pleasurable, but it's also so intimate and so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And suddenly that's being taken away.
It's so possessive. That's not what you're trying to say, is that you feel deserving of it. And when you get that taken away from you, that is your thing. It's taken away. That's what he said. That's being taken away. You don't have something that someone's taking from you. You're receiving something. And when you don't receive that, you can't be upset. You didn't have it. No one deserves sex from somebody else. No one is entitled to sex from somebody else. Whether or not you've been dating, whether or not it's someone you met at a bar or someone you've been married to for 10 years, 20 years, however long. You never deserve or are entitled to anybody's sex.
If Paul and I get into an argument and sex doesn't end up being on the table that night or whatever, in the first few years of our marriage, I knew that it hit Paul way harder than it hit me. And be like, good night.
So you knew.
Like, of course.
Oh my God. Dude, I feel like we're not supposed to be watching this right now. I feel like this is a conversation that we should not be here for. You can feel him feeling uncomfortable about this.
Like, of course I knew.
So you were aware? And you just rolled over and...
Yeah, I wasn't having sex with you. I was mad at you.
Oh, what the fuck, man? This is really crazy. This is crazy. Oh my God.
Now, I will say there are going to be times in your marriage where you guys are...
Oh my God, this should not be happening. This is stuff that it should be open, wide communication. They don't know what communication is. This is not communication in a relationship.
There are going to be times in your marriage where you guys are mad at each other. You should still have sex. But...
What? Wait, why does it keep getting crazier? What did she just say? Why did she just say that? Sometimes there are times when you're mad at your partner where you should still have sex. Am I going crazy? Every time I hit play, they top it with something.
Your marriage where you guys are mad at each other, you should still have sex. But sometimes you shouldn't.
No, maybe don't. Maybe don't. Maybe if you both want to have sex. If you both don't want to have sex, don't have sex. If one of you wants to have sex, one of you doesn't want to have sex, don't have sex. If the other one don't have sex. You don't have sex unless you both agree that you want to have sex. Does that make sense? Am I crazy?
I was less sad that we were not gonna have sex, but sad that like we just got into a fight. I'm gonna sleep this off. We'll figure it out tomorrow.
Well, Morgan, I will say, hearing you so brazenly say you just ignored my emotions, even though you were aware of them.
Oh my God, dude. He's so serious about it.
There were times when I would be laying there just so hurt, realizing, okay, I get it, we're in a fight or whatever, it's valid, but man, it would mean a lot to me if you were to just kind of roll over and like touch my arm and say like,
dude, he's so serious about it. And they're both such bad people. Like, I know, like, I dislike him more than her, but she also like is in this marriage and having a baby with this guy that she doesn't give a fuck about. And he's so like, I'm entitled to this thing, and she's like, I don't want that, and I don't like you. They'd watch this and probably turn to each other and go, ha ha ha, they think they know so much about our marriage and all this stuff. But like, there's no other way to construe it, dude. It's so like obviously in a bad place right now.
If you can just humble yourself and turn over to your partner and scratch their back and say, hey, we may not get this worked out.
Bro, they love scratching each other's backs. Someone said, dude, just jack off. That's literally the answer to it. And you'd feel fine.
A lot to me if you were to just kind of roll over and like touch my arm.
That's so crazy, dude.
Like, and I know that
and he's so serious about it too. He's like, it'd mean a lot to me if when we're in a fight, you should turn around and rub my arm and then have sex with me. Is what he's saying. He's saying that it would be nice to have that like intimate moment because he keeps talking about missing out on sex. I'm not like implying that. That's literally what he's saying. He looks like Beto O'Rourke.
You know how absolutely hard that is when you've been a butthead to me.
Dude, oh my God, that's so bad. This is so much worse than I thought it would be. Dude, they're literally arguing about this in the video. She's saying, he's saying that it would help every once in a while if even when we fight, you still turn around and have sex with me. And she's saying, you know how hard that is? And he's going, I get it. Like, what?
Humble yourself and turn over to your partner and scratch their back and say, hey, we may not get this worked out tonight, but I love you and let's go ahead and have sex.
And we have...
Dude, this is unreal. This is so unreal. Oh my God. Dude, why? Why do you want to have sex when you're angry at each other? It's not a mandatory thing. You don't have to have sex, guys.
I would say like our sex life is 10 times better than our first 2 years of marriage.
Yeah, 0 times 10 is still 0.
That at times was pretty excruciating. I would encourage, go ahead and have sex, even if you're upset at each other. Because I think anytime
Not every time. Can't do it every time.
I think anytime we did, it blessed both of us.
Yes.
But
Stop. She's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Stop saying that sex is blessing us. We're just fucking each other.
For me, there were times and have been times where we've gotten into fights that I'm just like almost in shock of like, why? Like I have to go to sleep because I can't even process this right now. Like I was so hurt or just.
Jesus, how many awful fights did these guys get in? They need to go to therapy, dude. This channel literally sounds like a therapy session for them. But they don't go to therapy because they have small group. But there's no licensed therapist there who knows how to actually talk to you. You can't take a risk and tell like a small group how you really feel because you're there under the pretense that you're all, there to learn about the Lord. So you're not going to be like, hey, do you guys care if I rail my wife? Because you already know what the answer is.
Click the link below or just go to patreon.com/.